Yeah, I'll always be a metalhead. Nothing can take that away from me.
Right.
I mean, not jail, not people, not religion, not anything. I'll always be a metalhead, 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 all right.
You're listening to the Great Metal Debate Podcast.
Today on the Great Metal Debate Podcast, we're reviewing Jylhä from Finnish folk metalers Korpiklaani. I'll confess this review may be somewhat biased by my own very strong love for folk metal. Along with sex and pizza, folk metal is something that even when it's not great, it's still pretty damn good. In that sense, for me, the bar is set quite low for Korpiklaani to present at least a competent album. Thankfully, and to their credit, Korpiklaani does this and more on Jylhä. Perhaps not a genre-defining album, but a solid output of folk metal music that is well worth the listener's time and attention. One note before we get started. Sadly, growing up in Kentucky, I'm not only not fluent in Finnish, but couldn't even ask where the bathroom is in that language. So, no commentary here on the lyrics. I genuinely have not a clue what the songs are about narratively. That limitation doesn't lessen the powerful effect of Jylhä's music, although I do find it frustrating not being able to truly sing along, as I'm certain it would add considerably to my appreciation of this album. Okay, on to the review. Without going track by track, I'll hit the highlights, and they are plenty. The album begins with Verikoria, maybe the closest thing to an all-out arena rocker on the album. This one is a slam dunk to be a fan favorite live. The song begins and ends with a compelling march, adding more tempo and angst in between. The drums do a solid job throughout, building up a great combination of solid rhythms, flourishes, and occasional blasts of double bass power. The diversity of sound and upbeat tempo of this track really sets the stage for all that is to come. Several other songs continue with or include the anthemic vibe. Jylhä, and again, my apologies if I'm butchering these song titles from their Finnish pronunciations, gives us a pounding, aggressive feel with accordion serving as a capable foil for the lead guitar riff along the controlled march. Miera slows the pace a bit, with the violin coming in for a short, tasteful solo. Album closer, Jylhä has some nice moments, but perhaps tries a bit too hard, resulting in a scattershot result. If you're looking for songs with a fun, bouncy vibe, there's a ton to pick from here. Livaluta, which I think was the first track released as a video single for the album, has a full, dynamic sound, blending syncopated rhythm and colorful counter-melody. The song Niemi introduces a frenzied waltz timing and super catchy chorus. This one really lets the violin and accordion control the melody, quite the firecracker. Kieru has a killer melody line, that riff is a true earworm, and rollicking chorus following a somewhat shaky bridge section. A few mellower songs make their way onto the track list as well, with Tuulataan starting softly and building an energy until exploding in an epic chorus. Another good one is Anolian Akiet, again, my apologies for surely butchering these titles, which rolls and swells gently with vocal passages that transition gently into beautiful violin refrains. Overall, the folk instrumentation is well integrated into the sound of this album, and there's rarely a moment where the metal vibe of the song isn't being intensified by the accordions and violin. Again, there's variety aplenty, such that after only a couple of listenings, it's easy to distinguish one song from the next. While frontman Jani Järvela's vocal range is somewhat limited, his distinctive rough and ready singing is perfect for the songs Korpiklaani write. Kudos to Korpiklaani for bringing so much to the table on this one. There's no recycled riffs or ideas. All the music sounds fresh, and that sense is reinforced by the sheer quantity of melodies rotated before the listener. In conclusion, I'm giving Jylhä an 8 out of 10 score. There's nothing lacking here, albeit no song takes it over the top into legend status either. But the tracks that do stand out will find you grinning, headbanging, and raising your pipe toward the heavens. If you're a fan of the likes of Ensiferum or Fintroll, this should be right in your wheelhouse. One of the better albums by Korpiklaani, and a solid banger that I could see putting on to play on a long car drive and listening all the way through. Jylhä will be released on February 5th via Nuclear Blast Records, coming out as a digital album, CD, and a variety of other formats. Check it out.